Hi guys, my name is Harshi and today I am going to explain you what is array. Okay, so firstly start with definition. So list of items of same type. Same type means only integer type, only float type of same type of data type will be stored in array. Okay, now how can we define the array? We can define the array by the type. Type means int, float, anything. Then square brackets. Then array name, whatever you want to name the array. Then equals to new. This is called keyword. Then type of again this type, like here if you written int, then int should also be there. Then the size. And if the suppose you want this suppose you want this type of array which has how many elements, 1 2 3 4, so you will at the place of size you will write 4 because you want 4 size. Okay, so here indexing, and we can also say that array is zero index data structure. Zero index data structure means it starts from 0 and ends from size minus 1. So it start from 0 1 2 3. Okay, so how can we enter values? Suppose I want to give you an example. Suppose I want to save an value, save an data into my computer. Suppose I want physics value as 98, English value as 89, maths 92 and chemistry 98. Okay, so how can I store? I can store it by the help of integer data type only, like int physics is equals to 98, int English is equals to 89, int maths is equals to 92, int chemistry is equals to 98. But is it it's only 4 numbers, so you can store it manually. But what if you have like 15 data structure, 15 type of data which you have to store, then is it like a headache for you to store the same thing? Yes. Why? Because 15 it is not possible to, it is possible, but it is going to be very headache to write 15 data types and then store the certain value, separate value for them. Okay, so that's why we are using array. Suppose I want to write coding form for the same this format, like this data I want to store in array. Then how can I store? Firstly type. So what's the type? Type is integer. All the numbers are given in integer format, right? Then square brackets. Okay, then array name, according to what the array name should be. Let me give you it as marks. Okay, then equals to, then new keyword, then type, again the same type, the integer should be there, then integer, and then size. What should be the size? How many variables are there? 1 2 3 4. Okay, so we have to write 4 here. Okay, so in this manner we can define our array for these data types. Okay, then how can we print the value of each bracket or each we have these bracket boxes, right? So how can we print the values of each bracket? We can print the value of each bracket by, suppose the we have written that the array name as marks, right? So how can we print? Suppose I want to print mark 0, then how I will get the value of 0th index. I have explained that it's 0th index value, 0 1 2 3 4. Suppose I just enter the value of physics at 0 position, English at 2nd position, maths at 3rd position, and chemistry at 4th position. So if I write marks of 0, then I will get the value of physics. If I write marks of 1, then I will get the value of what? English. Okay, and if I write the marks of 2, then I will get the value of maths in the same manner. Okay, so now let's move forward. This is a basic thing that 1 int is equals to 4 byte in Java. Okay, means 1 integer value is equals to 4 byte. Okay, in linear fashion memory will be allocated to the array. What is mean by linear fashion? As I have explained, this is 0 type, 0 indexing data type. So what we will get 0 1 2 3 means in linear format. First we have physics value, then English value, then suppose we have a Hindi subject and Hindi value, means all this data will be arranged in same manner, in linear format, not in discontinuous manner. Basically we can say that continuous manner. Okay, like now we have to define, we can define the array in second format also. This is type 2 defining. Okay, how can we define? Type again, then square brackets, then array name. Suppose I want maths, then I can write maths. Okay, then the curly brackets. So, as I have entered the value, suppose I was in that manner I was entering the value by the indexing, that mark 0 is equals to this, mark 1 is equals to this. But if I don't want to give the certain value in indexing manner, that I can give it in like curly brackets, like type in then square brackets, then array name equals to the curly brackets, whatever you want to return in curly brackets you can write. But you have to understand, you have to keep in mind that all the values should be in same format, like only in integer, only in float, only in string, means in the same format only. Okay, suppose I just use the previous type to initialize my array, then I will get and in array I just store some objects or the like integer, float, boolean or string. So like suppose I just don't initialize the value, I just write the proper line in this manner, not in curly bracket but the previous manner. I just write the line, but I don't initialize like mark 0 is equals to something or mark 1 is equals to something. Okay, then what is the previous or the if I don't initialize, then the current value or the value which is given by the compiler would be, for object we will get null, for integer we will get 0, for float 0.0, for boolean false, and for integer we will get empty string, means by default value we will get all these values. Okay, now let's start with 2D array. What is 2D array? As we all are from the maths background, right? So we have understood that matrices, right? So 2D array is nothing but just a matrices, okay, in which we have row and column, and it is like a 2D array. How can we say this as 2D array? That 0 1 2 3 and 0 1 2 3. So the size of the here number of column is 4 and here 4. So this is 4 cross 4 2D array. Okay, now look for the memory consumption for the matrices. So row into column into size of data structure. Okay, so number of row, how many number of row we have? 4. Number of column 4, and the size of data structure is 4. Now we will get 64 bytes. Okay, the size of data structure means we are storing integer value, right? And in integer we have 4 bytes. I have explained you na that in integer we have 4 bytes. So the size is 4. So now we will get 64 byte. Okay, now the size like the size single block or single cell type is integer only. Okay, now look for the declaration. How can we declare or define the 2D array? As we have understand before that, type, then 2 square brackets because it's 2D array, then array name is equals to new, which is keyword, then type, again the type integer, float, whatever you want, then square brackets, row and column. Row means whatever the size you want for row and the size for column. Okay, and here's the example, like I want type as integer. Okay, then 2 square brackets, then the name of array I want numbers. Okay, then new keyword, then type is again integer, and I want row as 3 and column as 5, the sizes. Okay, now let's look for the location of any cell block, like location of this 3, location of this 2, and location of this 9. So it is it is not different from the matrices. As you have understand matrices, the 2D array is same. Okay, suppose I want to give the location of this 2. How can I give? The row and then column. The row is 2 and the column is 1. Then I will get 2 cross 1, right? If I want to give the location of this 9, 1 and 3. Okay, so the 1 and 3 is the location. And then this 3 is the question for you. Just pause the video and write your answer and match it to me. Okay, right, let's start. So for this 3, firstly look for the row which is 4 and column which is 3. Okay, I hope you all will understand and the answer is right for all of you. Okay, now for store the value on 2D array, the requirement, if you want to store the value in 2D array, the requirement should be nested loop. You have to understand what is nested loop. Nested loop is nothing but the loop inside another loop, like for loop, then there is another for loop inside this for loop, is called nested loop. We can also understand it by the definition that if the loop exists inside the body of another loop, it is called nested loop. Okay, whatever I have explained you, that loop inside another loop is called nested loop. That's all. Okay, now let's go to the coding part. So for int I equals to, this is nothing but initialization. This is outer loop. Then for int j is equals to 1, j is less than equals to 2, then plus j, this is inner loop, right? So this is outer loop. Inside this, the inner loop is there. Why? Because the outer loop, the bracket is start here, then another loop is initialized, then in the inner loop the bracket starts, and here two bracket stops, means this loop is inside this loop, right? Okay, that's all for nested loop. Now let's move forward. Now come back to our topic, which like how can we initialize like 2D array. So we have to understand that outer loop, I have explained like nested loop. So for in that, the outer loop will control the value of row, and the inner loop will control the value of column. Okay, so let me explain you that this is called row and this is called column. If you understand it, very good, but I just forget it every time. That's why I explained you. Now look for this. This is the matrix of 5 cross 5, and the row is for int I is equals to 0 to 4. This is going to what? This is going to maintain the value of row, and the inner loop will going to maintain the value of column. Okay, so the row is from 0 to 4, so I will go from int I equals to 0 to 4. Then the column is from I is equals to 0 to 4, and the inner loop will control the value of column. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you all understand concepts. If you do like, share and subscribe. If and only if you like watching my content. Or I also want to ask you that if you want the notes for the same, kindly comment so that I can share you. Chalo, bye.